The clock hit midnight, but nothing inside me felt new. As the final seconds of the year echoed loudly around me, voices counting down in excitement, laughter overlapping, hands clutching phones to record a moment they would later romanticize online, I stood there feeling disconnected from the noise, wearing a soft smile that didn't reflect the heaviness sitting quietly in my chest. Because while the calendar was changing, my mind was still replaying the entire year I was leaving behind, not the highlights people like to remember, but the silent battles, the unfinished conversations, the promises that sounded sincere but never turned into actions. And as fireworks tore through the sky and people hugged each other tightly, screaming, "Happy New Year," as if the words themselves could reset everything, my thoughts drifted to the nights I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, replaying moments where I questioned my worth, the mornings I woke up already exhausted, but still showed up because no one else would carry what I was carrying, the times I swallowed my feelings just to keep peace, choosing understanding over honesty, because explaining myself felt like another fight I didn't have the energy for. And while my phone buzzed nonstop with messages filled with hope, new beginnings, and carefully written captions about growth and gratitude, I couldn't help but notice how many of those people weren't there during my lowest moments. How often I had held myself together alone, convincing myself that being strong meant being quiet, that independence meant not asking for help. And in that moment, it became painfully clear that a new year doesn't magically change your life. It simply exposes what you're still dragging forward. And as others loudly announced resolutions about becoming better, happier, more successful, I made mine silently, not about achieving more or proving anything to anyone, but about tolerating less disrespect disguised as jokes, less effort from people who only showed up when it benefited them, less self-abandonment in the name of love, loyalty, or peace. And as the cheers slowly faded into background noise and the fireworks dissolved into smoke, I stepped away from the crowd, took a deep breath, and made a quiet promise to myself that this year I would stop begging for effort, stop chasing closure from people who never intended to give it, stop shrinking myself to make others comfortable, because I finally understood that real growth doesn't arrive at midnight with fireworks and applause. It begins quietly, the moment you decide that protecting your peace matters more than holding on to people, habits, or versions of yourself that keep costing you your own happiness.